You start to despise yourself off of your past mistakes more and more as you add thought to it. But I feel like it's a double-edged sword when you're self-aware of the mistakes you made. Learning from mistakes is a great thing to do. It's a great attribute, but at the same time, if you list everything as a mistake, you learn nothing. If you list off every small failure as just a mistake and it shouldn't be done again, then what do you really gain? Sometimes when you want to evolve yourself into this new so-called individual, it doesn't really help. It helps in some instances, but not all. Looking back on my past videos, the one from yesterday wasn't really messing with it. Mainly because I feel like I was rambling and I was re-uttering myself a lot. I didn't really feel like I was really getting to the point. But instead of deleting from it, I'm gonna learn from it. I'm gonna learn that it's more to do with yourself than you do. Because if you get in your head too much, it starts to hamper you from going to the next step. I used to write off all my characteristics and try to see which one was the best to suit me and others. But people say you gotta take the good with the bad, but sometimes you can just take the bad and then leave the good for no reason. You don't truly know what you have until others tell you, until you lose it. It's not even just, I guess, a physical or a mental aspect. Because you could have, I guess, a great physical appearance but lose it over time and never knew that it was something to harp on, something worth to, I guess, memorize, something worth to keep. But me on the other hand, I'm still harping on the past video I made because I feel like it wasn't truly a good video. And what do I say is a good video? A good video to me, or just me just talking to you, is I'm very clear on what I'm saying. Very, I very, I can't get it out because I had not even a rough day, but I had a day on just me thinking. Thinking about what exactly? I don't know. I ruin my own muse sometimes because you start to wonder, what is the true reason why you do all these things you do? Are you just sitting there listing off what you're great at and calling it quits? Or are you just thinking that, oh, this is something that's pretty valid to do, so I'm gonna just keep on doing it until I get results? And I don't know. I think I'm getting to that, like, what's that point, Not writer's block, it's something like that. I think I'm getting to that point where I'm putting out not even that much, because I'm pretty sure on my first ever video, I was like, first thing I want to do is get to 25 videos and figure out what this channel is truly going to be, because I don't want it to be minimalized as just commentary or me being motivational or spiritual. No, there's other categories I want to hit, but just the only thing I can do right now since I'm limited on resources and tools. Because if I mainly keep doing this at college and then I just keep on making videos, but they feel kind of similar, that I'm not gaining anything. Because I don't know, I feel like my dream is not my own dream anymore. I feel like it's somebody else's dream that I'm just trying to finish off. Because when I was younger, I was like, oh, this was not even in my mindset at all. It was like, okay, finish school, go to college, get a degree that's I guess useful, and then go about my day. But then I don't know, sports got involved. Sports got involved. Sorry, I got distracted. I heard something. Sports got involved. And then I think it would be different if I was just average at the sport. But I guess I was a little bit okay. But the way I see it, I was at a plateau. Or there were only a couple individuals that were higher or on the same level than me to get attention. Because if the bar is so low and you're just average, you seem above average to other. That's why I see perspective is so necessary to see anything. But right now, I'm trolling through the night because my thoughts are running rampant and I feel like I'm doing nothing. I feel like I'm not wasting time, but at the same time, I'm not gaining anything. You know, I'm reading, you know, but even when it comes to that, I feel like I'm just doing it just to prove that I know something. You can gain knowledge or either have it, and I feel like I'm not doing either. But you can't complain about your life and then do nothing about it. You can't just victimize yourself. Comparison is needed for other things. It's just you evolving or you going to the next step. But you can also use comparison in a negative light to the point where it's detrimental to your process of thinking positive. So, with that in mind, I gotta figure out something. Or I'm just gonna be another face and another individual that does something that's average and just keep it as that. But on this planet, nobody wants to be average. So they make lies to themselves like, I'm good at this one thing that's nobody else is good at, so I'm above average. So technically, everybody's above average, but if that's the case, that means nobody is. That's why it's hard. In everybody's mind, you're special. Some people are special at nothing, some people are special at something. But I don't know. what's another thing? We're gonna break something down. The reason I come outside at night, mm, usually it's more quiet and there's less people around. It's mostly only nocturnal beings that's outside at this time. So, mainly things you have to worry about when it's night is animals that's off the leash, or I guess individuals that seek something that's not so positive. Now, as I say that, I see two humongous dogs that are off the leash right now. It's kind of crazy. The thing that's crazy to me is I feel like at one point or another, everybody had that one thought that they were going to be something great or something that's noticeable by all. Either they so-called gave up on that dream, or they just, I guess life was life, and then they just got stuck in an endless loop and they forgot about their dream. Or people just become lazy and they're fine with living not even a minimalist life, but just not even a boring life, but just a life that's unfulfilling. But in my eyes, a life that's unfulfilling is a life that is not worth living. But at the same time, even if your life is fulfilling, you're still trapped. You're trapped in one aspect or another. You are so-called free because they give you the thought that you are free by letting you change yourself in any way, shape, or form, but it doesn't really mean anything. I think the greatest accomplishment that the world has really gave us, or I guess where I live at has gave us, is the illusion of freedom. They give you the illusion of freedom. That's what I think was his greatest trait. But as I sit around here talking about nothing, it makes it seem like I was great at something. No reason to harp on the past, they say, I guess. But when I make these videos, I choose to do it when I have a clear state of mind. But right now, I'm not doing that. So I'm not going to toss it out the window, but we're not going to scrap it either. But I think when you have raw emotion during or on the camera, it doesn't sway your opinion or sway your ideas. It makes you think unclearly sometimes, but also helps you think. Thinking logically sometimes doesn't really help. Some of your endeavors will never amount to anything if you just think logically. But as I'm saying that, I'm starting to think my words have no meaning, or they mean nothing because I don't have accolades or awards about what I think and how my mind works. or I don't have a huge cult like fan base that agrees with me on it, you know. And I see others speak about motivation or something, spirituality, or how to better yourself, and they have these thoughts. I'm like, dang, they're really doing something. They have a massive amount of followers. They're really doing something, and it discourages people to do their own thing, I guess. But not only discourage, but makes them think that they're not worthy to make the same type of opinions or same type of content only because somebody else is doing it, but in a greater way or in a broader aspect. But I'm not going to be stuck on this type of topic for long. Maybe I will, but I hope I change it throughout the years. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, it's the only thing he talks about. No. I'm going to create more than just my words. I would love to create art. Well, I created art, but very childish art that nobody really will recognize. I also want to create music. Music that not only speaks to the youth, but speaks to, I guess, any age. But the music I want to make is not just one genre. I want to at least not even conquer, but master almost every genre. But the first genre I might start on music can't be rap. It's too oversaturated. And it can't be R&B because it's not too oversaturated, but I guess I don't have that type of creative influence or creative thought to have that type of voice. Like, I don't know. Because some people have opinions and they don't even know anything about it. So I feel like that's why the world is the way it is. But I'm not gonna sit on it too long. I hope the audio's not bad because it's pretty loud outside. I thought it was gonna be quiet today, but I guess not. That's what I get for assuming. Assumptions is the worst killer of knowledge. Ooh, and it's cold. It's wet too. It's pretty moist. When I was younger, I wanted all the eyes on me. But now, that hasn't changed. But as I think about it, do I really want all the eyes on me because they pass judgment so quickly? One mistake and you're a horrible human being. Or your word is no longer taken seriously because you did one mistake that grandeur hate, that gathers hate on a level that you can never understand. That's why I think being so known or famous at a young age is detrimental to the young mind. But we all have to go through some type of falling off, a heartbreak, a family member loss, you not being good at the things you love, losing your ability to think on a mass level, something like that. But as I stumble through all these topics, it makes me think, am I really worthy to speak about this, you know? Because in my head, every time I speak, you know, I either get anxious or I get self-conscious, like, do I sound correct? Am I articulating my way into a way to the youth will understand me? Not really. But the world will keep spinning no matter what you do. So, with that in mind, at least do something that's impactful. This will not be the only thing I'm doing. But I see so many people make these videos like, oh, I'm finna be the biggest thing ever, and then they done nothing. That's their first video, and then months, going on years, they haven't dropped anything. So maybe they're focusing on that one thing and then popping out. That's what I think. Opinions run the world. Ideals run the world. But as I finish this video, I really hope this is way better than the last, okay? The last one was called Silence, And for some reason, I just hate that video. Well, hate is a strong word. That increments a lot of ideas when you say hate. I don't hate the video, but I feel like it was very weak in what I was trying to say. I feel like I wasn't really confident when I was speaking. I feel like I was just blabbering on. But that's one on every video. But that one I didn't really like. But I won't take it down because there's no reason to take it down. Embellish your way into your mistakes. I am somewhere I'm not supposed to be at right now. I give you that. But as I grow older, I start to see not the error of my ways, but I see why I did some things. Oh, that's a big error. Never mind. But we're gonna start. We're gonna start walking and talking. Exhaust pipe. Each video has its own meaning, its own perspective, and its own era of ways. But as I say that, I feel like I won't make any initial changes to my body or my physical appearance until people hold my word to a higher value than others. Because you can't just say something when you hold no power. Your word becomes irrelevant if you hold no type of knowledge or power. So when it comes to that, people change their physical being in a way where it causes attraction, but they have nothing of essence to say. So they might get a face tattoo or cut their hair, dye their hair, piercings, maybe, I don't know, like body modification to attract that attention and then speak about what they want. But as I go on rambling, I start to see that your life is only important to the ones closest to you. But I take back that statement that I said, oh, I don't want a cult-like fan base. Now that I see it, I might need that essence of a cult-like fan base because it's more stronger than a regular fan base. Because it can be like, oh, I have a cult-like fan base, but the minute there's an allegation or something that's negative towards your name, they switch on you like that. Makes no sense. So do you really have a cult-like fan base, or do you have just a larger amount of fans? That's why if you build to the ground up, it's way better. So as I make this video once again, oh my Lord, you cannot see me at all, but my appearance means nothing without words. So there you go. Oh my God, I look like, doesn't matter. But that's how I'm finna grain your ideas. But when I used to see it, I was like, okay, bam. I'm gonna go play football for a collegiate level. Oh, it's not D1, but it's something. You know? Okay, maybe I can spread my word like that. You know? I base my abilities off my physical attributes, and then I build myself off that, and I speak about it. I speak about what I want. And I was like, okay, bam. But then that where comes the self-delusion. Self-delusion is great once you have the creative mind. Like, you can be very deluded to be like, oh, I can be a basketball player right now. You know, there's so many artists and there's so many people that's creative that are self-deluded or, you know, a little bit insane that actually made it. I feel like these so-called mental illnesses or these things they try to put names on you, they don't help or diminish your name, but they build something in your mind and your heart that makes you go on further than the regular person. I don't know, like today I start to find out like some of my favorite characters, or not even caricatures, but like my favorite artists have, I don't know, like, wouldn't even say, what is it, BPD? Nah, or like bipolar disorder, something that has to do with their mind where it's split. But you can't just follow that to a T. So I do need to start wrapping this up because each video is starting to get longer and longer, and I know people attention span is not how it used to be. Our world is changing for the better or worse. So it's either you gotta get with it or try to find the old ways that are connected. Connect yourself. But if I connect myself to the old ways of thinking, it's not gonna really help. Because I'm so-called a youthful mind. Or an old spirit or old soul. I feel like people only say that when they have, a traumatic past, because if you got an old spirit, you learn off of old mistakes, or which I guess your guardian or the higher ups teach you or they put on you. It's mentally breaking. So many things you want to do, or you want to double dabble in others. If I conquer this, right, and I do get a cult-like fan base and followers, right, I can do other things and master those things and spread my word even more. But my word is not just spreading positivity or, I guess, making your mind bigger, gaining knowledge to spread on. I will tell you what is my word once I gain it. So, with that speaking, why are you doing this, Alju? Why are you doing this? The reason I'm doing this because you don't need a reason, but my reason is I feel like I haven't ruined my life to a point, but I feel like I have ruined others to the point where there's no return. And I don't think I'm doing it instinctually, but I'm just doing it because, not because I was taught no better or nobody taught me. I'm just doing it because I haven't learned yet. Because you don't know everything. And that's what used to kill me. I used to think I knew everything. Or I didn't know everything, but I knew a little things of everything. So I feel like, oh, you couldn't teach me anything. That's why comparison is it's needed to figure out what you are and what you are. I don't want to be stuck in this depressive light, because I can be like, oh, I'm depressed, yada, yada, yada. I might be, but just sometimes the signs don't show. I might smile the next day and then just be straight gloomy the next. But I think that's with every person that's about my age. They're going to just be fluctuating hormones. That's what they sum it up to. So with that, I got to figure out where I'm going to be, because I can't be stuck here. I just can't. I just know I just can't, because it doesn't feel right to be stuck here at all. I'm not ready, bro. But I'm gonna try to end this pretty quickly. I see y'all. Something's not right. I feel it. I'll try to talk to y'all boys tomorrow, I guess.